All right, Air France-KLM has become a major shareholder of Scandinavian Airlines, better known as SAS. This comes about a year after SAS filed for bankruptcy protection. Our Richard Quest spoke with Air France-KLM CEO Ben Smith about the move.
We've been looking at SAS for a while. It wasn't new, but it wasn't at first number one on our list. But as we got to align inside the group, not everybody was aligned. Once we got full alignment in the group, we decided to go forward and try to find deep.
I'm guessing the intention is to, well, you say, don't you? Would it be to grow it to full ownership in the fullness of time?
Well, we have an option in 2 years to take a much larger stake. We felt that this 19% start stake was a great way to be able to secure that market, to get SAS into SkyTeam and to start to work on a plan to develop SAS to its full potential.
That's the other interesting part about this deal. You've taken 19%, but you are already requiring or moving towards leaving Star for SAS into SkyTeam, which I believe is the first time a founder member of an alliance has shifted.
I think so. I think you're right. Yeah, I can't think of a founding member doing that. But look, one of the I guess most important things for the stakeholders of SAS was to partner up with a group that was interested or were going to invite SAS into a transatlantic joint venture. And that was not the case with SAS today, with their partners at Star.
Arguably, that proves the significance of the JV over, say, alliance over codeshare.
Correct. It's SAS has been, in our view, at a disadvantage versus many other carriers by being in an alliance but not being part of a JV in obviously the most important, most valuable market in the world, which we believe is the transatlantic. So being part of Star Alliance and being kept out of the transatlantic JV forms part, like it is part of the Star Alliance for the most powerful carriers. It's obviously held SAS back. And along with our partner Delta, we intend to integrate SAS into our JV. Now, of course, it needs regulatory approval. It'll take some time, but that is our commitment.
If I look at the map now of aviation, I mean, by taking this stake in SAS, you essentially create a vast swathe, don't you, between France up north through the Netherlands, right the way through Denmark and up to the Scandinavian countries, which essentially, I mean, my words, not yours, becomes Fortress Air France-KLM.
It's one way of looking at it. KLM, one of two major brands of our group, has an extensive position already in Scandinavia. We have a big market of customers that do flow through our Amsterdam hub and a smaller percentage that flow through Paris CDG. So it's not a new market for us. As I mentioned earlier, we do believe strongly that SAS can further develop. Whether you call this a potential fortress position, we view it as a stronger position within Europe. So to have a third global hub or a fourth global hub, we think is important.
Let's talk about the ownership structure. 20% odd of the Danish government. Now, Air France-KLM is also owned partially by the French and the Dutch governments. So SAS is now partly owned by the Danish, the French, and the Dutch governments. Have I got that right? Or will be?
Yes, that's I mean, an indirect way, yes, you've got that right. But SAS itself, no. And because we don't have a controlling stake in SAS, of course. The idea is, depends how you want to look at it. But we, as Air France-KLM, we have 3 government stakeholder partners. Once this transaction hopefully will be completed in the coming weeks.
This is going to be tricky, or not? Am I wrong?
No, I don't think so. You know, what we're looking to do with SAS will bring a lot of advantages to the states that depend on air travel that SAS has been serving. So it's a net positive if we are able to better position SAS successfully like we've done in Amsterdam, like we've done in Paris.